back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show. I want to thank Bono for starting out the show for us. Yeah. So yeah, Rock and Roll Geezer Show, a bunch of old farts sitting around talking about the latest rock news. By golly, and we got a bunch of it today. We're gonna be talking about Aerosmith of all people, who supposedly have retired, and we got the Stones we need to talk about, Sting, the Eagles, Eaglets, Jeff Beck, Bob Dylan, Garth Hudson, all sorts of good stuff going on. I'm your host Murph, and can't do it without my co-host there, that dude up in Aurora, Illinois, Waynesville. That would be Doc Watts. What's shaking up, Doc?
Yes. Another week of rock news. Thanks for everybody for stopping by, all rock fans and easerly and otherwise. And we got some stories kind of centric around kind of aging rock stars this week. Some doing pretty well, some not so good, and some a little better than they were. And that's kind of what we're starting off with. Band doing a little better than they were a few months ago. Sounds like anyway.
Yeah, that would be Aerosmith, by golly. They have retired because Steven's throat is shot to hell. But it turns out, according to Access TV, their website there, Steven Tyler is going to reunite with Aerosmith for a benefit concert. Seems to be a one-off deal. And what it is it's Steven Tyler's 6th annual Jam for Janie Grammy Awards viewing party. It's going to be happening February 2nd. So that's coming right up here at the Hollywood Palladium. And they're going to perform. Yeah, it marks Aerosmith's first performance since announcing their retirement from touring in 2024 due to Steven Tyler's vocal injuries. So, you're going to have Joe Perry, Tom Hamilton. They've been confirmed so far. So we'll see what happens. Got a bunch of other people playing there too, Doc. That there Billy Idol. Yeah, hey there. Joan Jett. Oh, yeah.
The two of them are going out on tour.
They're
coming around our neck of the woods. Yeah,
they're coming through our neck of the woods, man. Very excited about that. Hell yeah. Get to see Steve
and like
Stevie
mid-May
Stevens.
Too, pretty early in the
May
season,
20th,
man.
May 20th.
Yeah.
So yeah,
early in the season, that'll start it off for sure.
Hopefully Stevie Stevens will come out in an actual genuine fur coat because of the chill in the air. That's just, I'm just saying. It can get chilly in May there, up here in Aurora, Illinois way here, there, yeah, hey. So it'll be a good one to see. Linda Perry, no relation, or whoever, no relation to Joe. Matt Sorum, there you go. Nuno Bettencourt, and Tiffany Haddish serving as the host. So sounds crazy cool. We'll see if he sings. I'm sure. We'll see. I imagine he's gonna sing. I imagine he can sing somewhat, but just can't do a whole damn night of concert. Dave, what do you think about that there?
Yeah, just to fishes up. Linda Perry, people may remember from 4 Non-Blondes. I just read where she's putting them back together and hitting the road. So they just, as far as I know, just had the one album, but they had the one hit. That was big in the '90s. So they're kind of, probably hitting the festival circuit and whatnot. But we all know that Steven called it quits, had a broken larynx. It always just blows my mind every time I think about it. And so called it quits. But they've had this for a while. It's for Jam for Janie, for Janie's Fund for women and girls that survived abuse. And kind of ironic with Steven Tyler's past. But I see a lot of comments like that, kind of like him being a pedo and whatnot, but we'll leave that there. But
that case is still in the courts. I guess that case is still going on and rolling through the courts, where he was accused of delving with a 17-year-old or something. Long
in the
time
'70s.
ago. Yeah, it's still rolling around in the courts, and some of the money is going to be going to help the firefighters fund. Los Angeles Firefighter Foundation, Widows and Orphans.
Yeah, typically just for the women's, but this year they're throwing in the with the fire that's just happened. They're throwing that in there too. So
sure.
Yeah, like I said, it's probably just a one-off, but at least it's good to see him back out there. That he's not totally not doing anything. You always kind of wonder what's like the day in the life of like a retired, semi-retired rock star. What do they do? But
Especially when
you
you
know,
can't sing anymore,
right?
and quite honestly, you look like somebody's aunt at this point. You really do. It, I don't know. I'd sit at home and watch movies. Well, that's what I do right now, actually. Watch movies and YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, geez, it's insane. It's insane, Doc, for me. I come across a YouTube a guy who number one, there's one guy who mows for free. Once a week, they'll go out and mow a hardship case, do their thing, and then post it and probably make a ton of money out of it. And then there's another one I just found. The guy goes around and unclogs drains and culverts and shit where everything's all flooded out. And he'll get down there with his little 3-4 prong fork, start ripping that stuff out. Oh, the engineer in me, 'cause my dad was an engineer. It's the engineer in me just loves stuff like that, but it's addictive. I'm an addict, Doc. I'm a YouTube addict. Well, you knew that already,
Well,
but
that's the first step
admitting
admitting it. Yeah.
But I don't want a cure. I just want to see the next craziest thing, A couple of months ago, it was some crazy guy who was catching wild boars down in Texas with special cages.
Do some of the stuff
I
you watch, I don't know,
Oh,
man.
swear to God, it's crazy. Well, I grew up on a farm too, so
I'm sure that's true of
boars.
anybody. We all watch weird shit. You get sucked in those rabbit holes, as they say, man. Before you know it, you're watching ants being born or something, man. You don't know what you're
The
watching. But
some of the
that's crazy.
craziest stuff on there. But it's of course it's all over my feed now. The guy digging out culverts and stuff. And he lives in Maine and he just goes all over the country. Probably makes a ton of money through his YouTube channel. So anyway, moving moving on. Speaking of some geezers, hey there they are, the Stones. Yeah, Rolling Stones. They're set to announce a UK and European tour because they just can't stop.
They
These
can't,
guys,
man.
it's
They
amazing.
can't. They won't, and they can't.
Uh, Mick Jagger, yeah, Mick Jagger, he got more energy than most people. Half his age. This guy's insane. Really. And sure enough, it's going to be a new leg of what they call their Hackney Diamonds tour, supporting the 2023 album of the same name. The shows, and we'll see the Stones returning to the UK for the first time in 3 years. Hello, everybody! Since they performed 2 shows at London's Hyde Park. So yeah, there you go, man. They just can't give it up. That's just crazy cool. You know,
What blows my mind is that Hackney Diamonds album came out in 2023. It's like, holy cow, we're going on 2 years already. It seems like it just came out. Time is flying by, man. But yeah, part of they're kicking it off with a little mini residency in North London, 4 nights, and they're expected to draw 250,000 fans. So that's what,
Oh yeah.
60 and change a night.
Well, I hope
So
they make some money, because I know they're hurting. So
yeah,
hope they make
no,
some
poor
money.
guys. I'm sure
Yeah.
they've signed some. Hope they signed some good contracts and that stuff.
Oh,
Tours so
man.
far just in America, 235 million. So 11 and 3/4 million per show.
Oof.
So yeah, they're doing okay. That's
I
before
think.
tax, but I'm sure they're still probably doing
And
all right.
both Mick and Keith are 81 years
81 years
old.
old, man.
Ronnie Wood, a youthful
Yeah,
77.
young
Yeah.
pup at 77.
Wow, these cats really, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
I just saw some stuff with his when he was back with the Faces, and he looks pretty much the same, man. He really hasn't aged that much. I mean, Keith, yeah,
Yeah.
Keith looks a lot different. And
Oh,
Mick's
cripes.
he hasn't aged too much, but yeah, I don't know.
That's a good point about Ronnie Wood, yeah. Who did stellar work with Rod Stewart.
Oh yeah,
Stellar work with Rod
oh yeah,
Stewart. Oh
yeah.
my
That
gosh.
was a great pair right
A
there.
great time. Yeah, yeah. So how about them Stones, man? They just can't stop. And they refuse to stop, because their hometown of London has been a continuing source of inspiration, according to this, for the Stones. Well, I don't know London anymore. Geez, I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know, it just seems like things have changed, you know, I've
Oh yeah,
always,
for sure. Yeah, it's a
I
different
thought it
town.
would be
Yeah,
so cool to go over there, you know, Piccadilly Circus and all the pubs and
Kings
whatnot.
Road and whatnot. Yeah,
Kings Road, check out the Thames River, check out the Big Ben and little, I don't know.
London Bridge and yeah.
It's falling down though. Be careful, Doc. London Bridge is falling down. But
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
they've been
yeah.
saying that
So
for a long time.
yeah, they're gonna be doing 4 nights at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was
yeah,
talking
just
about.
them
Yeah.
4 nights. Yeah, those 4 nights you're gonna pull in 250,000. That's crazy. So yeah, good for the Stones, man. Maybe might as well at this point. I don't ever want them to quit. You know, they're like the icon of old musicians still hanging in there. You know,
Oh,
they're
they'll never
like
be surpassed as far as that goes.
oh,
Yeah, how
they're you know
can you? It's 60 plus years at this point, man.
yeah.
They'll never be surpassed. Well, who knows?
That's
In the
true.
future, people will live forever, and there'll probably be some band around for 200 years or something. But
Oh, oh, the Stones, oh, they're the best. So yeah,
you ever see
well,
them?
no, I haven't.
You know what? I never did, and I had a ticket.
Did you really?
This is back in the late '80s for the Steel Wheels tour, and
Oh,
uh, and I remember. Oh God, I still regret this. I have a few regrets in my life. Oh, that's a lie. I got a ton of regrets, but anyway, this is one of them.
oh yeah,
and
I heard that.
yeah, I just gotten promoted, so I was like, yeah, I better not take off of work to go to this.
Oh,
I regret it to this day, man. It kind of stuck
ouch.
my buddy with the ticket. He ended up selling it. I think less than face value. I don't know, but
Oh,
yeah, no, I felt horrible, man, and I regret it to this day. I should have went, man, but yeah, I'm
doggone
sure
it.
everybody's got a story like that or two, you know. But
Oh yeah, I could have
it
gone
was the
see.
Stones, man. It was the
I could have gone
Stones.
seen Blood Rock the night they recorded their live album. It was recorded at the International Amphitheater in Chicago, and I could have gone, but no, I
It wasn't even
didn't.
like could have gone. I had the ticket,
Oh
man. I like
gosh,
that day. I was like, ah, buddy, man, I
they
just got
recorded their
promoted. I
album
better not
that
come
night.
up.
Oh, that hurts. They recorded their album that night, man. I could have been
Yeah.
screaming out DOA, DOA. Oh, geez. All right, moving on. Anyway, hey, where is he? Oh, there he is. There's Stingle. There's Stingle. Well, yeah, problems in the Sting camp here. Not too big of a deal, apparently. Headline from the good people of Music Times: Sting abruptly cancels major appearance and postpones all shows due to quote illness. I like how they put the illness in quotes. Yeah, yeah, illness. Well,
Well,
duh.
it says a temporary throat infection. I'm like, as opposed to a permanent throat infection, but yeah,
Hey,
you got a throat
oh.
infection,
So
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's steadily improving. Yeah, they put that in quotes too. Steadily improving, and he just postponing a few shows. He had an appearance at the Bass Magazine Awards. That
That's
doesn't
right.
seem like somewhere where I'm not familiar with that magazine, but if it's about
Bass.
bass fishing, I can't imagine Sting doing. I don't know, but
Well, there you or bass. Okay, it'd be bass music, a
bass,
bass player,
dumbass,
sure.
but Doc, come on.
Come on, man. And then yeah, it was a performance at the Cherry Tree Music Company's 20th anniversary. So and yeah, he's Giddy Gold, and he does have quite a high register in singing. If
I
he's
got a
got a
couple other
bad
deets,
throat,
Phoenix and Wheatland, California, in there. Yeah, on the Sting 3.0 tour.
Ooh
So
yeah.
this is what this the third version of Sting. He's reinventing himself for the third time.
Well,
I don't know, whatever.
he's at 73. He maintained, I swim every morning when I can. I studied yoga for 35 years, so
Oh yeah, he's
everything
on that
is
tantric sex
related to
stuff, man. Yeah,
that. I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stretch, I work out, I walk, I physically very fit, and that keeps me mentally fit. See, that's what I was just telling you about that. I need my shit together. And he also attributed his health to keeping his drinking in check, as well as his lack of smoking. I like a glass or two of wine at the end of the show, preferably Boone's Farm or a glass of mezcal. I'll never say I'm giving up drinking.
What? No way.
I've never smoked anything legal in my life, which I'm happy to say I've never smoked tobacco. I've smoked marijuana, but it's not so interesting to me anymore. There you go. He said
He's drinking Boone's Farm.
no, I just put that in there.
Oh,
I was trying to think of what's the other one. There's
fake
another one.
news, fake
There's
news.
there's another one from back in the day we used to have. Oh gosh, he says he maintains his health because his job requires vanity to do. 50% vanity, maybe 55, and 45% discipline. I'm doing the job of a 25-year-old, so yeah, he's got to hang in there, you know. His body's fit, but his throat's a mess. Boom. Come on, Der Stingle. What's up with that?
I said in interviews, as far as singing and playing bass at the same time, it's very difficult. He puts a lot of practice into it, man. It doesn't just like, even to the great Sting, it doesn't just come naturally. He puts a lot of effort into it, a lot of practice. So
He's
I'd
only
imagine.
playing.
I mean, they play some pretty intricate. I mean, not all their stuff. Some of their stuff's pretty easy, but not all of it. Some of it's pretty intricate.
I
So
know. There's a couple of songs we're gonna be doing. Oh, hang on here. Yeah. Couple of songs. Yeah, I'm putting the band back together. So I gotta get in shape. But a couple of songs we're doing that. Yeah. Playing a six string and singing at the same time are insane because it's doing two diametrically opposed things in terms of beat and all this bullshit. Watch out there. I got a lot of work to do in terms of that, but yeah, it is a lot of work. You are correct, Der Stingle. So freaking A. More power to him. Hope he hangs in there. All our people are getting old. Jeez, what is he? 72, 73. Speaking of getting old, here's the next one. This one's a bummer. This is Stuart Smith, and he's been playing with the Eagles a long time. And sadly, here's the headline from the Rock Celebrity site. The Eagles announce lineup change as longtime guitarist steps down due to Parkinsonism. Parkinsonism, not just
yeah, I've never heard it put
Parkinson.
that way.
Parkinsonism. Yeah, the Eagles have
And you just
kicked
say
off
to
their
the Parkinson's disease. Yeah.
oh, they kicked off their 2025 residency at LA with a new lineup change. Yeah. At residency at the Sphere, extending their long goodbye tour. And they played the first show, 17th. And longtime guitarist Stuart Smith was missing from the lineup. Doggone it. Smith explained the reason for his absence in a statement saying, "It is with profound regret that, due to performance issues associated with my recently diagnosed Parkinsonism, I find that I must bow out of my role with the Eagles while I can still do so gracefully. It's been a great quarter of a century, 25 years, and I had hoped to be able to finish out this year with the band, but I must now do what's best for all concerned." Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do, doggone it. There, uh,
I
never,
hope I'm not alone, and I feel for the guy. I hope he gets better, and all that. But I don't know who the hell he is, man. I never heard of him. And you're
nor have
supposed to be with
I.
the Eagles for 25, playing
25
guitar
years.
with the Eagles.
One of the backups, obviously, in the background, you
Well,
know.
and then I'm thinking too, how many freaking guitars do they need? Right? All right. So you got Joe Walsh, you got Fry's kid, you
Yeah.
got
What's his name?
Vince Gill.
Vince Gill. Right. Jeez, come
You got
on.
those three right there. And now this is the fourth guy.
Wow, unreal. Yeah. Stuart Smith has recently, Don Henley. Stuart Smith has retired from touring. The Eagles will be forever grateful for the extraordinary talent that he brought to both our recordings and live performances. Stuart will be greatly missed, but he will always be a part of our musical family. And then his replacement, veteran Dallas linebacker Chris Holt. No. Veteran Dallas session guitarist Chris Holt will be taking over the role for the rest of the long goodbye tour. And wow, don't know who he is, but I'm sure he's great. That sounds
We
familiar.
we
Chris
talked about
Holt.
they got the thing going at the Sphere. They're resuming that on Valentine's Day, so they've got some time off. And we speculated where they may show up for that Fire Aid benefit we talked
Ah,
about last week. So they got the time
right.
off, but then again, if they're breaking in a new guitarist, maybe that's where they do it. I don't know, but we'll see. But
They need to get Don
um,
Felder back.
A
Boom.
couple things here. I've never seen Stewart spelt that way either.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I've never seen an E in there. And it kind of reminds me of with the Eagles and the Philly mayor doing the chant about the Eagles, and it was a
EGL.
EGLSE.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, in an interview with the Dallas News, Holt says, I'm trying to fill the giant shoes of all three that came before me with some of my most beautiful guitar work ever recorded, in my opinion. It's the highest honor for me to do it, and it's my duty to get it right. All right,
Is he
well,
playing the Felder parts? I guess maybe. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Well, yeah,
So
I'll
what do
get
you
him
need
back.
Fry and this and Fry's kid and Vince Gill in there for?
Yeah.
That's a lot of guitars, man. For
Yeah, jeez.
you
And I may be starting something up with just me on guitar. Just one guitar, one bass, one drum. I like to strip down stuff. It's more of a challenge,
Well, no, I
Doc.
could see multiple guitar before. Holy jeez, man, come on,
Yeah,
man.
come on. Geez, who do you think you are? Black Oak, Arkansas, or Blue Oyster Cult? Where at one point in the show, they all come out with guitars. The drummer gets up, gets a guitar, keyboardist gets a guitar, at least they did in the old days. So they'd all be out front. All of them have guitars, the whole band out there jamming guitars. See, that's a fast fact you didn't need to know, Doc. And I'm proud to bring it to you, by golly. So, yeah.
Speaking of guitars,
Ooh, boy, oh boy. Jeff Beck, legendary. Jeff Beck. Well, a lot of people selling their goods off and selling their song rights and their publishing, and Beck's people have sold off his guitar collection, and it brought in an astounding 10.7 million at auction. Who is this from? This is from the good people of Guitar World. Yes, testament to the legacy of a genius. And of course, his record-breaking Les Paul sale. The mega auction, which included over 130 guitars, amps, and tools of the trade, saw some of Beck's most noteworthy guitars, including his Oxblood Gibson Les Paul and Anushka Strat. It all went under a hammer and brought in a good chunk of cash for the Jeff Beck people, the good people of. So yeah, the Oxblood Les Paul sold for about 1.4, 1.3 million. Ooh, double his estimate. See, people
more than
are
double,
nuts.
yeah.
More than cheese. Yeah, oh well, Oh, it's a
Well, this
54
shows you,
too.
man. You get some folks that got the money and they're going at it in the auction, man. You never know. You never know where two stubborn people. You never know where that can go.
Oh
But yeah, this
yeah.
through Christie's auction house, and
Ah,
yeah, the Oxblood Les Paul is the one that's on the Blow by Blow cover. I should have broke out that album.
oh
You
yeah,
got
I
that
got
too,
it.
don't you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
do. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it was his solo debut. He got the guitar back in '72, and then he's used it for a while. But of course, he's more known for Strats. Total auction off 130 guitars, amps, and pedals. Among them, one called the Yardburst. They must have used back with the Yardbirds.
Probably.
1958 Les Paul.
Oh
Uh,
boy. I'm ashamed to say I had a 59 back in the day. I don't even want to talk about it. It hurts too much. Oh, 63
I didn't mean to,
Stratocaster, sunburst.
didn't mean to bring up sore subject, throw you into
Now it
some.
hurts. I'm hurting, man. I'm gonna start crying. So I gotta move on. But yeah, good for him, man. That's righteous bucks. Good for his estate. 130 guitars.
You know,
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
died of a bacterial meningitis.
Yeah, right. I hear it all the time, but I still don't know what it does.
It just, I don't, it just don't. It just like seems to come like out of nowhere, right? It just like
Oh,
you don't have much time once you get it, right? I don't
yeah,
know.
the bacterial, so that's not good, whatever. What a drag. Yeah, seem to leave pretty quickly. So bummer. At that point he was jamming with that actor guy, Scissorhands, Edward Scissorhands, dude.
Oh yeah, he was the Johnny Depp. Yeah,
Johnny
yeah,
Depp jammed with him a lot, so that was very
yeah.
odd. That was really strange. But
Well, you know
yeah,
what? I watched. Speaking of that, I watched a video recently. Alice Cooper is 5 top all-time guitarists, and he had Johnny Depp among his top 5 all time.
really.
So I just could not believe that, but he did.
I'd have to see
So,
proof.
of course, he's
Quite
playing with
honestly.
Hollywood vampires, so he must, have some
Come
level of
on, man.
respect for him. But
I
yeah, for
would,
his top five all time, and he had like the biggies, Hendrix and Page and all the biggies,
wow.
and then Johnny Depp up there, man. I
And
couldn't
he's
believe it.
sober, so I don't get it, man. Cooper
Right?
is sober, so I don't know. I'll go head to head on a lead challenge with him.
Unless he's just trying to promote his project, Hollywood Vampires, I guess. But yeah,
Wow.
that kind
I'll
of
be
surprised me.
darned. Yeah, well, boy, that bringing in the big bucks, brother, big bucks. So, yeah, there you go, man. Oh, here, speaking of big bucks, holy smoke.
Yeah, another auction.
Oh, where is he there? There he is. Well, the answer, my friend. No, hey, Mr. Tambourine. Bob Dylan. According to People magazine, Bob Dylan's Mr. Tambourine Man lyrics that he threw away are sold 60 years later for over $500,000. Wow. The sale of the drafted lyrics at a January 18th auction accounted for 1/3 of the collection's total sale. $1.5 million. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wow. How about that, man? You almost threw the damn things out.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is a
we
little
did.
puzzling to me. Some of this stuff here. They got the auction says auction featured 60 Dylan items at Julian's auctions, and as you said, the 1.5 million. So you got half of that for the typewritten draft of Mr. Tambourine Man. Okay,
Yeah.
but then he's also got the handwritten lyrics of Blowing in the Wind, which I would think would be comparable or be more valuable.
Wow, how
They're being
about it?
handwritten, and they only went for 44,000,
What the heck?
44,450.
Wow.
A couple of the other big items of fetch. You had the 83 Telecaster, went for 222,250.
Holy shit.
And a painting. He's done a lot of painting. A couple of his album covers are his paintings and stuff.
Ah,
So there's a 1968 painting that he did that went for over $250,000, 260,000.
wow.
So between the Telecaster, the painting, and the Mr. Tambourine Man lyrics, that's pretty much, that's $1 million right there. And then so that's the other 57 only got $500,000 out of it. And like I said, the handwritten lyrics only got 44,000. That's kind of surprising.
Let me worried about that.
Yeah, just go show you. You never know how those auctions are going to go, man. Just never know.
Wow. How about that? Yeah. And the guy, the guy who found him, yeah. He said he found a wastebasket full of crumpled false starts. Then he almost took the papers to the trash, was moved not to. He took the crumpled sheets, smoothed them out, read the crazy leaping lines, smiled to himself at the leaps that never landed, and then put the sheets into a file folder. Good move, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
no kidding.
Oh man.
Wow.
Holy cow. Jeez.
Why can't I ever come across stuff?
I swear to God. You know what? Really,
honestly,
come on. And
something, man.
And you never know in your life where you had access to something super valuable. You just don't know. Or it's
right. Where you actually would have crossed paths with something and you're just oblivious.
Geez.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Like them lyrics there. Anybody would have just thrown them out with the trash. So for some reason, he pulled them out, looked at them. Why in hell he saved them? Boy, wow, that is foresight. Ooh, Dougie, man, oh man.
I believe Mr. Tambourine Man, it was a bigger hit for the Byrds, and I think, you fact check me on this one, I think is his only number one. I don't think he ever had a number one, but wrote a number one with that one that the Byrds did.
I'll be darned. Dig that. Wow, man. That's crazy stuff with the Bob Dylan. We saw him last year, and it was a pretty weird concert, but nonetheless, we saw him. He was still alive. That's all I got to say about that. All right, moving on. Segueing from Bob Dylan here, by golly. We've got there's the band, and there is sadly the late great Garth Hudson. And here's the headline from Classic Rock. Garth Hudson, one of the men who helped Bob Dylan go electric, has died. And subhead keyboard player Garth Hudson, the last surviving member of the band,
Yeah.
has died at the age of 87. Holy cow. Boy, oh boy. It sucked. It sucked. It's like talking about this all the time now of, the last members giving it up, and most
Right.
bands don't have originals, and a lot of our classic bands have one original at that, and
Well,
it's
they've been
just
out of
crazy.
commission for a while, but yeah, they've been well, they were session players when they started, and they got together and they did their thing and split up with the Last Waltz, and you know,
Yeah.
had solo careers and continued session work, and he continued session work. He was one of those guys, man. And
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
passed away in his sleep in his home in Woodstock, New York. That's wild.
Ah,
He moved to
wow.
Woodstock.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's where he was at.
multi-instrumentalist, keyboard, sax, accordion, all sorts of good stuff. He joined the band back when they were called the Hawks, a backing band for
With
rock and roll
Ronnie
singer
Hawkins.
Ronnie Hawkins. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah, yeah. And Robbie Robertson calls him, far and away the most advanced musician in rock and roll. And who knows, man? You know, fucking geniuses. The band,
Well,
geez,
he was a highly sought after session guy, so yeah, he's done, no doubt was up there.
man, oh man, oh
So yeah, like you
man.
said, the last one, man. I'm trying to think of all of them. If I can name all of them, I'm missing one.
Who's
Yeah, Robbie Robertson, Garth Hudson, Rick Danko, and Levon Helm, and what's the other guy?
oh
Richard Manuel, I think his name. I don't know.
oh
I don't
boy,
know. But
not as
anyway,
well known as the rest. But yeah, so the Hawks, yeah, reputation as a blistering live band, and they took those performance skills with them when they renamed themselves the band and joined Bob Dylan in a pivotal moment in his career. And here we go. Yeah, in '65, he had upset folk music fans by playing electric guitars at the New York Folk Festival.
oh yeah,
Now, of course, the subject of a film, Complete Unknown. Later that year, Like a Rolling Stone heralded the arrival not just of a new Bob Dylan, but a new movement, rock music. Yeah, they had a fun for folkies with the flowers in their hair, and their flowing dresses and
oh
whatnot,
yeah. They're
and
banjos and acoustic
the
guitars,
the
and yeah.
bubble machines and whatnot, and here comes this guy with an electric guitar. He was, I'm sure, one of their heroes at that point. And boy, to
Oh,
blasphemy,
absolutely, yeah.
blasphemy, what's that I hear, honey? Ooh, that doesn't sound like a folk guitar. The shock must have been stunning. I wish I could have been in the audience, and I would have been laughing. Look at here, guys. He's playing a Stratocaster. What do you think about that? Just watch their shocked faces. It would have been a good time. I'm telling you, Doc. You know what I mean? Freaking A. But yeah, Garth Hudson, geez, now that all the band's gone. And of course, we have to keep saying, well, we still got their music. But geez, all these cats are going, man. Sucks. Sucks royally. But it is what it is. Here's a bizarre story you brought to my attention. I don't know what to think of. Where are these two guys? There they are right there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But the headline says from Enemy, our good people at Enemy, Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan and Bill Burr meet to address if they are really half brothers. Are we going to go play catch? We're both in our 50s. So apparently, Corgan recently revealed that there is a genuine possibility that they are related. And they do sort of look alike. I'll give them that anyway. But that don't mean shit from Shinola. But there are some circumstances that it may just be.
Yeah, this came out on Howie Mandel's podcast. I actually watched it even before I read the story, and they accidentally put up a picture of Bill Burr, and he's like, "No, and he goes, "But it's funny that you do that." And he goes, "I'm gonna tell a story. I've never told it. Nobody knows this story." He goes, "There's a genuine," and then he goes and tells the story. how his dad was a traveling musician and, kind of, giving all the details and the things that lined up and whatnot, and how Bill Burr, that his mom told him he had another brother named Bill, and, all these little details that kind of added up, and kind of so
Yeah.
he's not saying no, he's not saying yes, but so I guess word got back to Bill Burr. You go ahead with that.
Well, I don't know what Bill Burr did about it, but I know, Billy Corgan's stepmom, he's the one who brought it up to her, said, because he had never heard of Bill Burr, and he didn't know who he was, didn't know anything about him, and she goes, I think he might be one of your father's illegitimate children. And Bill Burr might be one of the children that your father sired in his days being a traveling musician. True story.
Sired, that's a
Not
great
making it up.
word, sired.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes,
it.
it's like they're on a barn and they just brought the prize bull in,
Yeah, yeah.
to do some banging on the cows. Yeah. But yeah. So but at the same time, I'm like, okay, you joke, you clowns, go take a blood test or something. That'll probably, they can probably tell you right away, or go to 23andMe or whatever the hell that crap, whatever that is. But wow, how about that? So we'll see what happens with that. But because Burr is a big music fan, he
Oh,
loves
he's a drummer, pretty decent
yeah.
drummer too.
Yeah, so there you go. It could very well be, fathering, rather than the traveling salesman, you got the traveling musician, and that's even worse probably than a salesman.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
so yeah, so what do you think, man? That's just that is crazy stuff. Oh God. And
You think about just in the world in general how much of that goes on, and this time it happens to go with two famous people. If it's true,
and oh
I'm
man,
trying to find out.
we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what
Bill
happens.
Burr just addressed. He just kind of like, what are we gonna do? Go play catch? We're both in our 50s. Yeah. So he's just kind of scoffing it off a little bit, but
Well, it's easy enough to find out for crying out loud. So just get your acting gear, guys.
yeah, yeah, right.
Get together, and by golly, get her done.
Well, they're probably nobody. I bet neither one of them wants to like lend it any validity. And wants to actually get it done. It's like, oh no, that could have never happened. Nah. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
both of them are curious. Both of them are, man.
Oh yeah, they gotta be. Crazy nutcases. Freaking A. Oh, one last thing before we go. Yeah. Apparently Peter Frampton is going out on tour in 2025. Spring of 2025. Good for him. We just talked about him playing at the was it the Grammys? Or one of those we were sitting down with the others, or the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Went
Hall
to
of
the Hall
Fame,
of
yeah.
Fame. Yeah. So obviously he'll be sitting down through the whole doing his show, but he's out there playing. He's still got his licks. So that's very cool. Good for him. Good for Peter Frampton. God, I still say, man, him with Humble Pie. Wow, it's crazy good times. A freaking A, Doc. Here we go, man. Tour is starting up again. We got, of course, Billy Idol, Joan Jett coming in our neck of the woods this summer. Uh, so yeah, crazy times going on, man. So we'll keep everybody, keep you involved in what's coming up, because there's always some crazy shit going on. But until then, we'll see you, man. Why don't you take us home there, Doc?
Yes, sir. Another week of stories about the aging rockers, man. We got a ton of them this week, man. Some still out there, some of them returning, some of them bowing out, some auctioning off their stuff, some questioning their family tree. So, yeah, we'll be doing it again next week. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Greatly appreciate you checking in. And yeah, do it again next week. We'll have a whole nother batch of news stories for you. So until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.